They say Michael Myers was born in fiction, but some swear his story is real. Hidden in erased files and silenced voices, the evil that inspired the myth never died. It just changed shape. In the 1950s, a small town in Illinois witnessed the unspeakable. A family brutally murdered, and at the center of it all, a 6-year-old boy, still and covered in dry blood. Police found him holding a knife. His eyes were empty, frozen, without a single trace of emotion. When asked why, he simply said, "She looked at me." Silence filled the room. The boy was committed to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Doctors called him the soulless child. No heartbeat change, no tears. A perfect void. A body without humanity. Dr. Loomis, his psychiatrist, studied him for 15 years. He doesn't speak, feel, or live. Evil is staring through him. Those recordings were confiscated by the government. One leaked tape plays the boy laughing at his own name. The laughter ends in inaudible whispers. When slowed down, the sound forms one ancient word: Sha'tur. Researchers found that the Myers home stood on ancient ritual land. A spirit was once summoned there, the Dark Hunter, devourer of innocence. The legend said every generation, a child born under the blood moon would become the vessel of evil. When baby Michael took his first breath, the lights went out. For years, the boy stayed catatonic until Halloween night, 1957. Something woke. The family slept. The clock stopped at 3:17. Then the screams began. His sister was found eyeless. His father, chest torn open. The boy stood in the hallway, drenched in blood. Neighbors swore shadows moved behind him, but none dared look twice. After the crime, he was institutionalized again. Dr. Loomis noticed the boy's body never changed. Years passed, but the face stayed the same, as if time had no hold over him. Secret reports read, "He is the absence of God, pure evil without limits or form, a man who was never human." The document was sealed and vanished. In 1963, the asylum was evacuated. Cameras caught flickering lights, slamming doors, and a shadow walking through walls. Michael disappeared. No alarms triggered. Hours later, another body appeared in the Myers home. His older sister, dead again. On the mirror, the word "back" written in blood. Dr. Loomis spent the rest of his life hunting him, but Michael left no tracks, only bodies. The victims seemed random until the truth surfaced. All had looked into his eyes. Experts say Michael's gaze is the secret. Those who see him lose something, a fragment of the soul. To look upon him is to offer yourself to what lives inside him. The mask he wears was found in an abandoned morgue, molded over the face of a corpse without eyes. Forensic tests identified no known material. The ancients called it the skin of the spirit, a bridge between worlds. When he wears it, the human dies, and the evil takes full control. That's why he never speaks. The FBI investigated for decades, but reports kept disappearing. Photos deleted, tapes burned, witnesses silenced. The name Myers became a forbidden code. In 1978, the killings began again. Same town, same pattern, same silence, same gaze, as if evil had waited patiently for the right moment to be reborn. Authorities tried to hide the truth, but something in the bodies couldn't be ignored. Each bore the same mark on the chest, a broken spiral, identical to the Myers house seal. Dr. Loomis believed the force inside Michael was ancient. He wasn't insane. He wasn't human. "It's a body used by something that cannot die," he wrote. Few believed him. An exorcist priest was summoned. During the ritual, the boy laughed. In a deep adult voice, he said, "You can't save what's already mine." The priest gouged his own eyes and died 3 days later. Years passed. People forgot. Until tapes resurfaced, security footage, old files, reports. Each showed the same figure walking calmly, always heading north. Forensic analysts found something worse. Michael cast no shadow. Light refused to touch him. The space around him bent, as if existence itself rejected him. The FBI closed the case, sealing the archives. But the people of Haddonfield knew. They felt it. The air grew heavy every late October, and the streets fell silent, waiting. In 1981, teenagers broke into the old Myers house with cameras. They laughed. At dawn, only one tape was found, showing a mask on the floor and blood dripping from the ceiling. When restored, the video revealed something terrifying. The reflection in the blood wasn't human. It was the same boy from 1957. Same eyes, same stare, eternal. Occult researchers claim Michael doesn't age because he's not alive. He's the vessel of Sha'tur, the dark hunter doomed to walk until the world forgets his name. But the world never forgets evil. Every movie, every story, every memory keeps the cycle alive. What was born from a crime now lives as myth, and the myth still kills. The original Myers house was demolished, yet locals hear footsteps on the empty ground, 3 slow steps, and a 4th dragging one, as if something heavy followed behind. Scientists tried to analyze the soil. Equipment failed repeatedly. Power drained in seconds. The air stayed cold, even beneath the summer sun. In 1995, a TV crew filmed a special about the case. They vanished. Only a microphone was found, recording slow breathing and a distant whisper. "Do you see him?" The footage was labeled a hoax, but those who watched it swore the figure behind the camera blinked at exact intervals, matching a heartbeat. Dr. Loomis died in 1998. His last journal read, "Michael is not a man. He is the echo of the first murder. He doesn't want to kill. He must. Evil survives only when remembered." After that, the story disappeared from newspapers. Yet every Halloween, bodies appear in different towns. Police see no link, but the symbols always return. A 2003 survivor described the attack. "He walked slowly. I ran, but he was always closer. Time doesn't work near him. Everything stops, even fear." Paranormal experts call this the Myers zone, a field where space and time distort, feeding off the panic of those who try to escape. Scientists dismiss the theory but can't explain the evidence. Watches stop, cameras freeze, hearts race. His presence is physical, yet impossible. Those who study the case say the true horror isn't the man, it's the idea. Michael Myers isn't just a person. He's the living memory of fear itself. In 2007, classified reports revealed the government had recovered Michael's DNA at a scene. They tried cloning him in a lab. The results were catastrophic. Scientists suffered collective hallucinations. Lights flickered, devices broke. One wrote, "Something watches me from inside the walls." 3 days later, the facility burned down. No bodies recovered. Firefighters swore the floor was pulsing, breathing like a living thing. After the incident, the project was sealed under the code name Operation Loomis. Red warning, do not open. Contagion is psychological. Too late. Researchers began dreaming of footsteps in dark halls and the metallic drag of a knife along the floor. An agent vanished during an investigation. His body cam footage shows a motionless figure at the end of a corridor. As he approaches, the image freezes. In the final frame, 2 words appear scratched into the wall. "Look at me." Since then, the video is used in training on what must never be seen. In 2010, a local TV broadcast was interrupted by static. For 20 seconds, a masked figure stared silently. In the background, a child's voice whispered, "He's back." The FCC denied involvement. Audio experts found a hidden frequency in the sound. When decoded, it revealed human heartbeats, 66 per minute, perfectly steady. In Haddonfield, residents feel sudden chills on October nights. Dogs howl for no reason. Windows fog from the inside, handprints forming in the mist. Some believe Michael never left town. The body may have changed, but the presence remains, feeding on memory. Evil doesn't need flesh to live. 2012 documents show the Sha'tur symbol found at murder sites outside the US, Mexico, Japan, Germany, always near Halloween. The pattern was identical. 3 lines, 1 spiral, and an invisible signature seen under infrared, numbers forming the name Myers. Theologians studied the phenomenon. They discovered the name Myers, in a lost tongue, means the one who returns. The ritual was repeating itself. In 2015, urban explorers entered the old Myers property. They filmed everything. The video ends when one says, "Someone's standing there." None were ever found. When authorities arrived, the camera clock read 3:17, the same hour as the first murder. The moon was red, as if the night itself were bleeding. Forensics found something impossible. The blood on the walls wasn't human. Its molecular structure older than any known life. Reports claim the DNA reorganized itself, still alive, waiting for a host. Then killings began again, somewhere else, with another face. Chicago, 2018. A string of identical murders. Cameras caught a tall masked figure walking through the fog. Each step, a memory reborn. The government denied any link, but the pattern remained. Same mark, same silence, same calm. The evil had a new address. Evil doesn't die. It moves. When fear calls, it wakes. Each time someone tells his story, another presence is born, shaped by the terror that summoned it. Records show Myers isn't a name, but a container. A body chosen by Sha'tur, the Dark Hunter. He lives inside human fear. He needs witnesses. In 2020, an anonymous video surfaced online. It showed a dark room, a motionless figure before the camera. Then a child's voice whispered, "Do you see him?" The clip spread quickly. Within days, viewers reported the same nightmares. Footsteps in hallways, slow knocks on walls, and breathing behind mirrors. Authorities tried deleting the file, but it kept returning. New names, new dates, new voices. As if fear itself was copying, feeding the curse. Psychologists called it mass hysteria, but analysts found one extra frame in every version, a still face watching, even where no camera existed. And so the myth fused with truth. Michael Myers stopped being fiction. He became virus, echo, invocation, a mirror of every hidden terror. Some say he appears where fear is strongest. Others believe merely thinking of him summons him. Perhaps speaking his name is the first invitation. Dr. Loomis's final tapes were digitized. In his last words, he whispers, "He was never a man. He's the space between the scream and the silence." After that line, the audio continues. Slow footsteps, ragged breath, the scrape of steel on tile. No one was in the building during the recording. Everyone who listened to that file vanished. Their computers displayed one final message. He's back. Haddonfield pretends to live normally. But every Halloween Eve, the wind changes. Windows tremble. The echo of footsteps drifts through the empty streets. Locals claim to see a silhouette under the moon, still, watching. It never runs, never moves. It only waits. And those who meet its gaze say time stops. Evil doesn't scream, warn, or beg. It simply is. Michael Myers is the name we give to the breathing void born when fear grows too large for the mind. Each generation, the face changes. The mask does not. The same mark, the same emptiness. Flesh decays, but the soul remains, silent, patient, eternal. 2023 investigators found genetic traces in multiple victims, all sharing the same unknown sequence. Scientists named it the return gene. But the ancients already had a name, Sha'tur. The cycle complete, the Dark Hunter walks among us again, waiting for someone to remember the masked face. The internet keeps the myth alive. Each search, each video, each comment is a candle lit on fear's altar. Evil thanks you. Attention feeds it. Now the border between myth and reality is gone. Michael Myers no longer lives on screens. He's the shadow behind them, watching each curious gaze. Some say last summer was the first without attacks. Others claim the silence is his breath, waiting for the next memory to awaken him. Modern reports describe sightings worldwide. Same pattern, same calm, same silence. As if the entire world now breathes his fear. Maybe that's all he ever wanted. Not to kill, but to exist. To be remembered. To be told. Forgetting is the only exorcism that can end him. But as long as his name is spoken, evil doesn't sleep. It only watches, hidden inside the story. Michael Myers proves imagination can bleed. You think you're safe because it's only legend. But fear doesn't need to be real to kill. It only needs to be believed. And now, you believe. Turn off the lights. Lock your doors. Don't look outside. He isn't in the stories. He's in those who hear them. Follow this channel. Keep the lights on. Before Michael comes for you too.